Hi, this is Victor Morganti from FactEngine. Today we'll be looking at a new feature in Boston releasing tonight, which is a FactEngine Knowledge Language loader to create a model using natural language FEKL statements. FEKL standing for FactEngine Knowledge Language. We've got Boston open in front of us. It's Boston Online, so we're looking at Boston through a browser. I'll just show you that we are. I'll hit F11. You can see that I'm in Microsoft Edge. There's the address bar. Put the mouse in the address bar, hit F11 again, and I get Boston full screen. So you get the full Windows experience of Boston Online through a browser. We've got a model open in the Model Explorer. If I click and right click on the model and view the model dictionary, we can see that the model dictionary is empty. The model is empty. There's no object types, there's no fact types, and there's no constraints. There'd be plus signs against those icons if there was. So we've got an empty model, and we want to create a model using a series of natural language FEKL, FactEngine Knowledge Language statements. So I'll right click on the model again and open the FEKL uploader. So it's a dialog form that opens in the Boston Workbench. We're going to open a text file with FEKL statements in it. Now when this opens, it'll be opening a file from the desktop of my computer rather than from the cloud. So this text document FEKL-university.txt is a document on my desktop on my personal computer. I just load that up and hit upload, and you can see a series of natural language text statements written in FEKL to create a model. So I'll just point out that you could be running Boston Online from a Windows machine, a Mac machine, a Linux machine, or an iPad, and you'd get the same experience. So let's read some of these statements. So we're saying lecturer is identified by its ID, so we're creating an entity type lecturer with a reference mode of ID. Similarly for faculty and school, faculty is identified by its ID, school is identified by its ID. And then we're going to create some fact types to some value entity types linked to fact types. So lecturer has one first name, where name is a value type written as string fixed length 50. So we're saying the data type of the name value type is string fixed length 50. Similarly, lecturer has one last name written as string fixed length 50. Faculty has one faculty name. School has one school name and their data types. And then we're going to create some fact types linking the entity types we just created. So lecturer is in one school. Lecturer works for none faculty, so there's a syntax error there, and I'll show you error reporting in the FEKL uploader. And I've also got a typo here, so I can actually edit these documents inside the FEKL uploader. So I had faculty, so I'll just change that to faculty. And the last statement, lecturer has one email address written as string fixed length 100. So I'm going to leave that syntax error in there, and I'm going to hit load into model. So Boston now will create the model, and it's come across the syntax error in that line. So what we can do there is delete all the previous lines because it's already processed those, change none to 1, and continue loading the model. Now if we right click on the model and view the Model Explorer and refresh it, we can see plus signs against these icons. That means the model has been loaded. We can see our entity types, faculty, lecturer and school, the value types that we created, the fact types that we created, and the corresponding internal uniqueness constraints that we constructed as well. Now if we want to export that to Norma, new in Boston 6.5.1 is a beta model export to Norma facility, which for very simple models will export to Norma, and that's being expanded pretty much every day. So very soon we'll have a full export to Norma facility in Boston. So I'll export the model, but before we do, I just want to create a page so we can see that page in Norma. Let's open the model dictionary again and select the lecturer entity type, drag that onto a page, click on the lecturer entity type, then say add to page all the associated fact types where a lecture is related to various items. Now that's a bit messy, so we're going to right click on the canvas and select auto layout, and we'll just tidy this up a little bit before we export it to Norma. So I'm just moving these fact types here just to pretty up the model a little bit. Position the fact types readings, and there's a page in our model. So we set up lecturer has email address, lecturer has first name and last name, and lecturer is in school, and lecturer works for faculty. So let's save the model, right click on the model, export, and then we're going to export to Norma, and then it says do you want to exclude Boston core MDA model driven architecture elements, and it says recommended, so we're going to say yes to that. We're going to give the Norma file a name, so we'll just say Norma -test FEKL, so FEKL for FactEngine Knowledge Language. Hit save, and you'll see because I'm in a browser it's downloaded the file, which is a .orm Norma file. Open that, and it's going to open in Norma inside Visual Studio, and there's our model. So we've got lecturer has email address, lecturer has first name and last name, lecturer is in school, and lecturer works for faculty. If you click on the page, right click and open the model browser, you'll see the various object types we created and the fact types, and for each fact type you can see the internal uniqueness constraints that we created as well. So I'll just recap on that. I'll close down Visual Studio. So what we looked at was the FEKL uploader, FactEngine Knowledge Language Uploader. We uploaded a FEKL file which contained a series of natural language statements to create model elements within a model. We clicked on Load into Model. A syntax error was reported. We fixed the syntax error inside the FEKL uploader. We continued to load the model. In the model dictionary we could see that the model elements were successfully created, and then we exported to Norma. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.